Now we're going to move on to our next guest, Sarah Gish, artist, creator of Ignite Your Life, and our Mental Health Monday guest, which I'm always in need of mental health on Monday and every other day. So welcome to the show again, Sarah. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, mental health is a daily thing, man, not just on Mondays. But anyway, I'm glad to be here and it's just wonderful to see you. We've done so much work together with film and other creative things. So,
I know, and I have been in need of catching up with you for a while, so I'm grateful to Melanie and everybody for giving me a chance to do that. It's been busy, but it's
yeah.
Recovery Month, so September is National Recovery Month. And can you talk about that and talk about the origins of it and why it's important?
Yeah. AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, was founded in 1935. But from the very beginning, it was kind of like this obviously anonymous thing that they created, and they needed to do it at the time. They didn't want people's identities told and that kind of thing. But so as a result of that, there was a stigma that kind of carried with addiction and alcoholism for quite a while. So we have this wonderful arm of our government, which not many people know about, but it's called SAMHSA. So it's Substance Abuse and I have to read it, Mental Health Services Administration. They don't make it an easy thing to remember, but they started National Recovery Month every September back in 1989 because they felt like people needed to have, first of all, more of an awareness of addiction, but also through mental illness in there, or I like to say mental health issues or challenges. So it was actually started by the government, and it's been going strong ever since then. The color, every uh, thing like this has a color, so the color is purple. I don't have any purple that I could throw on, but that is the secret code is if you're wearing purple. So
Well, and so it was founded that long ago, but it was still exists today. So why does it still exist, do you think?
Well, so they've done lots of studies about addiction and how many people know people with addiction. Basically, 1 in 2 people know somebody who have addiction issues. So it's really prevalent, and it's one of the troubling issues that we have in our country. And I can't say around the world really, but I do know that during the pandemic, especially, people started abusing drugs and alcohol, and I consider an alcohol a drug. So just to shorthand it, they just started abusing drugs um, mightily, because everybody was sitting around at home and ordering. The liquor shops were happy because people were, and I shouldn't joke about that, but because it was actually a very sad thing that people were drinking a lot. And so, yeah, that's why Recovery Month is important. And to me, it's important. It just, I'm always raising awareness of different kinds of issues. And this is one of my issues that I pull out of my back pocket or front pocket.
Well, I mean, as the daughter of an alcoholic and a former member of Al-Anon and Alateen, I understand the importance of recovery. It's just such a hard road alone, and you can't do it alone. But everybody's recovery story is a little different. So do you mind sharing a little bit about yours?
Not at all. I got sober. So I got sober at age 21. So I've been sober 30. It'll be 39 years next January. So January 8th, 1985. And I got sober my senior year of college at University of Texas and my spring semester. So I can tell you that many people sat me down and said, "You're nuts. Why are you doing this?" Including my parents. But the my brother is the person that actually is the reason I'm sober. So he was put into treatment many times, and the last time was when I was in college, and they do this thing called Family Week, and they give us all recommendations at the end of it, and they said, "Sarah, you need to go to AA." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And of course, denial is a huge part of addiction. And so I am grateful to my brother for that happening and for me getting started on going to recovery meetings, trying to remain anonymous as much as possible. But I do know about those things. And also, the sad thing is that my brother died of alcoholism at age 43 after being sober for 12 years. So, and I also, when I mentioned that, I also mentioned Philip Seymour Hoffman, the movie star who was sober 27 years, went out one night, did some, I think he shot some heroin and died,
Yeah.
and so it's really, they say it's a daily reprieve. And I'm really grateful, as you said, you definitely don't want to do this alone. So I'm grateful I've been able to do it with the help of a lot of people along the way.
Well, and folks being willing to share their stories these days, I think makes it more accessible to everyone. And everybody can, there's not a stigma about it.
Thank God. Yes. And,
Yeah.
the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous saved my life. Just so many things I'm really, really grateful for. So,
And while we're on the topic, let's talk about some resources that can help people.
well, yes. I mean, there's plenty of resources out there. And I think that, the first thing to know is that, recovery is for people who want it, not for people that need it.
Hmm.
And I have some people in my life who probably need it, but don't necessarily want it. And, people will say, oh, is so and so struggling? And I'm like, no, they're not struggling. I'm struggling. And, so there is AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and Al Anon, which you talked about, which is for people who have loved ones. So those are really good programs. Narcotics Anonymous is another one. There's even Cocaine Anonymous. And you can find all of those online. There's great Zoom meetings, around the world. You can just pop in and meet people from, different countries. And a really good place here in Houston locally is the Council on Recovery. I love what they do. They started many, many years ago, and they offer meetings, yoga, meditation, all these sober programs. And so that's another place to check out. Yeah, so in Houston, we're just blessed with lots of meetings, lots of treatment centers, and lots of ways to get sober if that's what you.
And lots of fun things to do while you're sober.
That's right. So there actually is a thing coming up, which I recommend. It's put on by the Council on Recovery. It's called Addicted to Comedy. And that will be September 23rd on Saturday. So I'll definitely be there. It's put on by the Sober Recreation Committee, which is a group out at the Council on Recovery. There's a big Texas rally for recovery, which was at the Houston Botanic Garden a couple of weeks ago. They do music, comedians, vendors. It's just a big old party. There's a couple of Facebook groups. One is Houston Sober Events, and there's the Sober Recreation Committee. They're pretty active, both of those groups. And then this group called the Phoenix. It's actually a treatment center, but they have a wonderful app where you can just pop on and see events going on. And there's just a lot to do. Hang out with sober people if you're
Yeah.
trying to get sober. That's for sure.
Now, drifting a little bit away from the topic we were covering, because I feel like there is so much going on with your Ignite Your Life series, and I see the posts but I'm not 100% up to date. So talk about that because there's so many great things.
Crafts my t-shirt. Yeah, these are new t-shirts actually, which are pretty groovy that you can get online on my Facebook page, igniteyourownlife.com. So right now I'm in the middle of writing a book about my Ignite Your Life art project, which I started in 2013 in honor of my brother, or I should say inspired or ignited by my brother. And the goal of the project, the goal of my life is to ignite and connect. And so the book is working on that. Who knows when it will be done? Hopefully soon. I do labyrinth walks. I do other kinds of meditation things with the goal of igniting people's lives. There's 12 ways to ignite your life daily. And people ask me, how can I ignite and connect? And so I'm going to give you a really quick tip on that. The way to ignite is to meditate every morning, because what you do when you do that is you connect with yourself. And then a way to connect every day is to exchange names with everyone you come in contact with. And it sounds really easy. I've been doing it for 10 years and it's not, because you have to stop and say, oh, wait, the person at the, cash register at the Walgreens, I exchange names with everyone. And it creates this little spark of connection. And people are really stunned by it. But, I had a woman at the subway in, I don't remember, some small town in Texas. And she was like, that was the best interaction I've had all week. I just exchanged names. That's all I did. So it makes a big difference for sure. So that's what it's all about.
What a great tip, though. Like treating every person that you meet like a fully formed human makes you a fully formed human.
That's right. You got it, girl. So you can be my spokesperson.
Any day of the week, I will be your stump girl. Any day of the week. Sarah Gish, our Mental Health Monday guest, artist, creator of the Ignite Your Life series, and we'll have your info in our post after the show. Thank you so much for being here. I feel like I wish I could hug you,
I know,
but
I know. And
I
you
will
should,
have to physically get together sometime soon.
we will. And I know you live by the water and all of that. I need to
Yeah.
get out there.
Yes,
So,
come out. We have the water. We have the pool. It's ridiculous. It's stupid out here. It's very quiet.
yeah. And that again is a great mental health thing. It's just taking care of yourself. That's part of it all too, part of the package.
Thank you so much again, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay. Thanks, Randee. Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks, will do. Isn't that so nice?
Yeah, what a great guest for Mental Health Monday for sure.
I just love Sarah to death. She's the best. If there's anything cool going on in town, Sarah Gish will be there for sure.